In this video, we will be looking at using a graph to write equations. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to write the equation of a line when given the graph of the line. So let's look back at some of our types of writing equations. So we can write an equation in slope-intercept form. Remember, that's y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is my y-intercept. I also have standard form, which is ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers, and a and b are both not zero. Something else that's really important to mention for this lesson in particular is that a, my first term, must be a positive number. Okay? A must be positive, and that's going to become important as we look at our examples for today. So let's take a look at number 1. Write the equation of the line in standard form. So right now we are in slope-intercept form. Okay, that's what the equation is written in right now, and the directions ask us to write this in standard form. So what I want to do, if we notice for standard form, x and y are on the same side of my equation, and for slope-intercept, they're on opposite sides. So what I want to do first is get my term with the x onto the other side. So what I'm going to do, I have negative 1/3 x, so I'm going to add 1/3 x to this side, so that means I must do it to this side. Once I add them, I have 1/3 x plus y is equal to, these cancel, and I'm left with 4. Now if we notice, I have this 3 in the denominator. We don't want them to be fractions when we're in standard form. So if I have 3 in the denominator, if I remember my inverse property, I know that if I multiply everything here by 3, I can get rid of that fraction. So when I have here, I have 1/3 times 3 over 1, which is equal to 3 over 3, which is equal to 1. So I have 1x plus 3 times y is 3y equals 4 times 3, which is 12. So the standard form is going to be x plus 3y is equal to 12. That's in standard form. If you notice, I have ax. My a is equal to 1. My b is equal to 3, and my c is equal to 12. ax plus by equals c. I am now in standard form. We will look at the other example, example 2, when we come to class. For these examples, it says write the equation of each line in slope-intercept form first. Then we're going to rewrite it into standard form. So this one has a few extra steps. We need to write it in slope-intercept form and then standard form. But to get there, I need to find my y-intercept and my slope of this graph. So my y-intercept, if I remember, that's where my graph hits my y-axis. So I find that's right here at the point 0, -1. My slope, again, I use my 2 points. I see one here, and I see one up there. So I see I go up 1, over 2, and it is positive, it is increasing. So I have slope of 1/2. So when I write this in slope-intercept form, I have y equals my m, 1/2 x, plus b, but since I have a negative, I'm going to write -1. Now to put it into standard form, I want to get this x term on this side. So I want to subtract 1/2 x from both sides. So now I have -1/2 x plus y equals -1. And now if we remember from our other example, we want to get rid of whatever's in the denominator here. And it's also negative. Remember, we want a to be positive. So I'm going to multiply everything by -2. And that way, my negatives will cancel. So I have 1x, -2 times y minus 2y is equal to -2 times -1 is a +2. So my standard form is x minus 2y equals 2. Being successful in doing this requires us to understand a lot of steps. So please review your notes. We will do some more examples in class, and we will practice together.